And our final monster example for us to work on. All right, our final example. All right, so you can see we have some pretty large numbers here. But what we're going to do again, and what I'm going to do actually is I'm on the side, I'm going to talk about them. Okay, we have 5 squared, we're going to leave it alone. We have 625, and it's to the power of 1/4. So that means we're looking at a number to the power of 4 equals 625. And hopefully you recognize that that would be 5. Okay, we next have 125, and it is to the power of 2/3. So I'm interested in changing the base so it's to the power of 3 so that our denominators will cancel. Okay, and again, that is 5. And the last one, 25, and it's to the power of -1/2. So I want to change 25 so it's the power of 2. And again, that's 5. So we're going to replace these 3 numbers with these 5s to the different powers. So that's the first step that we're going to do. Okay, so this one, I'm going to put it directly underneath. So 5 squared is going to say as 5 squared. Our 625 is going to change to 5 to the power of 4. And remember, that is already to the power of -1/4. And then on our denominator, 125 was the same as 5 cubed, and that is to the power of 2/3. And finally, we have 25 to the power of -1/2, so we're going to change that to 5 squared, and it is going to be to the -1/2. And what happens now is the 5 squared stays as 5 squared, and in this location what's going to happen is the 4 is going to cancel with the 4, so I'm going to be left with 5 to the power of -1. And in the denominator, our 3's are going to cancel. 2 1's, so I'm going to be left with 5 squared. And for the last one, our 2's, our squareds, are going to cancel with the denominator of the 1/2. And so I'm left with 5 to the power of oops, didn't want to do that color, 5 to the power of -1. Now you maybe recognize already that both the numerator and denominator are identical, so I do know my answer is going to be 1, but let's finish it using just exponent laws for a second. So this would be 3 plus a -1, so that's 1. And on the bottom I would have 2 plus a -1, which would be 1. And when I divide, I subtract exponents, so that's going to be 1 take away 1, which is 0, which equals 1. Now, although you recognized maybe that this equaled 1 to be at, 2 steps before I finished it, if the question said express as a single non-rational power, positive power, 5 to the 0 would probably be your best choice for sure. And then if you had to finish it, evaluate it, then you would put 1. Okay, so that's working with that, and hopefully everything's fine.